Hello everyone, welcome to in today's video. We'll be doing a banner review for the brand new Halloween Merlin. So first thing we'll do is I'm actually going to look at the banner first, and then we'll go into animations and then what Merlin actually does. So the banner itself is really bad. He was free, she was free. She's probably the best one on the banner. She's free in this event. She's probably been free at some point. What does this one do? I have her. She was free 6/6. He was free. So most characters on this banner were free at some point. Would I recommend summoning? I'm going to be truthfully honest. I don't think she's extremely good. She may be decent in some situations, but I don't think this Merlin's going to be very good. Oh no, we haven't got into it yet, but of course I'll go into that when we get onto Merlin. But with the first collaboration coming up, a brand new collaboration coming within the next 2 weeks, I don't think it's worth you spending your diamonds on this banner. Mainly because a lot of these characters are very old and outdated, and the characters that are good on this banner have been getting out for free, except from this Halloween isnt. Apart from that, every other good character on this banner has been given out for free. This Merlin isn't too bad. Of course, if you do pull her in your free multi, definitely consider leveling her up after you see what she does. Anyway, let's get into what she does. Her outfit actually looks pretty cool. They like to reveal cleavage on Merlin. That just seems to be a very common thing I've noticed with Merlin. But let's get onto her skills. So, I have to use 70S Leaks Discord to find out the skills because, so her passive is, for every unknown ally in the battlefield, increase stats of unknown units by 5% and increase pierce rate by 20%. This means for every unknown on your team, you get 5% basic stats, you get 20% pierce rate, which is like Tyr, Rimuru, Green Freya, Echidna, sorry, not Echidna, Ghislaine. They're all going to have insane pierce rate, which is what they really want. But not only that, you also then get the 5% basic stats as well. So in my opinion, she's just a little bit better Echidna without infect. She doesn't have infect, which is kind of sad. But her passive is kind of broken. Let's get onto it. At the start of each turn, if an ally is unknown, increase the unit's cards by 1 rank only 1 time. So if all your characters on your team, turn 1, are unknown, Merlin will rank up her entire hand. When I mean her entire hand, I mean all her cards in her hand. So for example, all of these cards would turn 1 level up, so you would have an extra gold card, silver, silver. So if you have her on the far left and you get like 2 merges, you'll guarantee get 2 gold cards turn 1, which is pretty big. When it ranks up, she applies a buff on herself, which increases her pierce rate by 8%, which means if you have a full unknown team with her, and you get the rank up, you're getting 140% extra pierce rate turn 1. I am going to be very honest, her CC is horrible. She's the 37th highest CC character in the game, which means if you use her, you're probably not going to be going first against all these very high CC teams, whether that be Sins or Rag or Goddesses or Demons. You're probably going to be going second. Which is actually, it might be what you really want because of course, Hell and Tyr, they all kind of want to go second. But let's go on to her skills. Her first skill here is a single target pierce skill. Of course, these are the animations we saw in the leak. As you see here. Not too bad, of course. It is Pierce, so it will actually do a lot of damage. Pierce, in my opinion, is probably one of the strongest skills in the game. Not including, like, Weak Point, which is, of course, extremely broken. It's the strongest one that's based off of your own substat. Because Pierce is so good against damage reduction. There's so many examples of broken Pierce characters in the game. Then you've got this skill here, which is a brand new debuff, which applies damage equal to, of course, 270% gold, which hits everyone and applies a debuff that disables every skill other than single target skills. This also includes ultimates as well. So what this means is you can't use stances, you can't use any single buff skills, you can't do any of that. You're just forced to use single target skills. You're probably thinking, well, that counts a lot of characters, yes, but it only mainly counts as demons. Unknowns, if you look at them, you've got Tyr, you've got Ghislaine, you've got Hell. They've all got very powerful single target skills. Ghislaine having 2 very broken single target skills, Tyr having the very broken Pierce single target skill. So this only really makes it so they can't full wipe your team with 1 skill, but they can still definitely deal a lot of damage and definitely remove some people from your team, even with this debuff applied. Anyway, let's look at the animation. That is cool. So her whole thing is that she's the Witch of the Snowfield, which is, I'm guessing, this is like the Ragnarok, like Halloween variant. Either that or they've tried to mix Christmas and Halloween together and this is just what came up. Animations are cool. Bonk. And then we'll do our ult as well, because we can. Our ultimate is the exact same as Summer Merlin and Ragnarok Merlin. So it lowers your HP related stats by X%. I think it's capped to 30%, but just the multiplier gets higher. Anyway, of course, we'll always do the one multi, because that's just what we do here. We always do one multi on new banners. Let's see what we get. And of course, would I recommend you summoning? No. She doesn't sound that bad on paper. She does sound like a little bit better like Echidna, but I highly wouldn't recommend it. Not with the collab coming up soon. And, you know, a collab could have a lot of unknown characters, but there also are a lot of unknown supports. Like I made a video how unknown is easily the safest race to invest in. But I still would not get this Merlin. Yes, she looks cool, and her headgear is a little cat that sits on her head, which does look very cute. But I would not recommend you spending your diamonds on this, especially if you're a free-to-play player. Wait until the collab comes out, because in theory, let's just say the collab comes out and it's completely horrible. Like, all the characters are worse than AOT. We're talking Stranger Things level bad. You can still, if you are on global, you can still summon for this Merlin, because we're a little bit behind. We're like, the collab will come out on a Thursday, and the collab won't come out on global till Tuesday. So you have that short window to decide whether you think, screw it, I don't want to summon the collab, I want this Merlin instead. I highly wouldn't recommend it. I would say go for the collab because, well, I'm a collector, so of course I'm going to be very biased about that. But, you know, everyone's open to their own opinion and all that kind of stuff. And, you know, if you want to go for it, go for it. I mean, thank you for watching this video. I'll see you guys next one. Goodbye.